Alright, so we're coming up to the scene, we're assessing, we're looking around, making sure that Brooke here is our only patient. And so how we're going to start off is we're making sure the scene is safe, it's safe. So we put on our personal protective gear, and then we come up to Brooke and we assess her radial pulse and her carotid pulse to check for circulation. And we feel both of those, if we feel both of those, we go on to check breathing and airway. So we use the jaw thrust maneuver because we don't know if she fell and has a spine injury or not. So we'd be safe, use the jaw thrust maneuver, check the airway, and then you'd bring your head down and you'd watch the chest rise and fall, and you'd also listen to her breathing and see how it is. But so if you don't feel the circulation, the pulse, then we go right into our CPR first aid. So we do our compressions. Since it's just me, it sets a 30. And then we use our bag valve mask, where I don't know what it went, right here. So it sets a 30 and then 2 breaths. We got our AED, so we put our pads on. And so we're doing sets of 30, and then we turn our AED on because we don't know how long the patient's been here. We start the compressions right away. We put the pads on, and then we wait for it to analyze. We can't touch the patient. We stay clear. You don't want to screw up the process. If you touch it, it can read your heart rate. As soon as it says clear, you start your compressions again. Sets a 30, 2 breaths. Sets a 30, 2 breaths. And then once the AED says clear, it's about ready to shock, so everyone clear. Make sure everyone's clear, and then you press the button, or it will do it for you if it's automatic. If I have a partner, I'd be doing compressions continuously. He would be giving breaths by the bag valve mask every 6 seconds. So it's about 10 breaths, or every 5 seconds, so about 12 breaths per minute. If we had an extra partner, one person would hold the bag valve mask onto her while the other one squeezes, just for a better seal. So we do our compressions, we got our 30 in, bag valve mask, of course lift the patient's chin, make sure the air is going down, don't squeeze too much so it doesn't go down the esophagus instead of the trachea. And then we go back to the compressions, and then after about 2 minutes, the AED will analyze it, and it'll either tell you to keep going or to stop. And after 3 analyzations of the AED, you should transport, or after 3 continued failed attempts at the AED, you should transport, or after the AED tells you that you can stop, you should transport. I think that's it.